As he was led into an abandoned warehouse down on the waterfront, Charles wondered how he could make things right and walk away. The mood was grim, but maybe Charles could talk Romano down. Maybe he could reason with the man. The office door opened. At the end of a long table sat a hulking figure with dark, slicked-back hair and a bushy goatee. His shirt was spotted with perspiration, and a thick gold chain hung around his neck. Charles knew Romano was a made mob guy, and he looked the part. He was a walking stereotype. A menacing scowl radiated from Romano's face. Charles also knew Romano was the head of a growing crime syndicate that had been running drugs all along the Gulf Coast and leaving plenty of carnage in its wake. The two henchmen who had snatched Charles off the street stood watch at the door. "Sit down," Romano said. Tiny beads of sweat shined on his forehead as he lit a cigarette. "Want one, Charles?" "No, sir. I don't smoke." Romano glanced at his men and snorted. "That's funny. Son of a bitch has every bad habit known to man, but he don't smoke." He looked back at Charles. "This might be a good time to start." Charles remained silent. He tried to allow his mind to take him to a different time and place, back when he was young and sturdy and athletic. A tight end, in fact, and a good one. He could have led a different life had he chosen to use the athletic ability that had been bestowed upon him by God or nature or whatever. But he hadn't. He'd made bad choices, especially when it came to substance abuse, and he looked at least 10 years older than 51. It now appeared he might not see 52, and the end would probably be ugly. "Do you know why you're here?" Romano said. "I guess it's because of my son. I tried to talk to him. Me and his mother both tried, but he don't listen no more. That guy, that sports agent, has been controlling him for a while." "So the young man is a big star now, doesn't want to make new friends. We're just trying to help him, Charles. Trying to put him on the right path for the future so he doesn't make the same mistakes you made. We were counting on your influence." Charles swallowed hard. "I know. I can still help." The crime boss exhaled a billowing cloud of smoke that seemed to fill the room, and tapped his fingertips impatiently on the table. "The biggest problem, Charles, is that I invested in you. I gave you something of value. I gave you precise instructions on how to handle this valuable thing. And what happened? You stole my investment, and you delivered nothing in return. You made me look like a fool." "I tried to do what you wanted, Mr. Romano, I swear it. I talked to the brother. I did everything I could." "Bullshit. Did you deliver the package like you were told? It was a simple job. You were the one to suggest it, right? You said you knew this guy, that for an ounce of blow he could get in your son's ear and change his mind. Isn't that what you said?" "I saw the man in Florida, and he said he'd do what he could," Charles said. "I left the package in his hands. That was it." "Stop insulting my intelligence, Charles, or I'm going to shoot you where you sit. I hear everything that goes on out there on the street, and what I hear is that you didn't follow my instructions. You were selfish. You stole part of what was in my package. You took care of you. You doomed yourself for a few grams of blow." "I'm sorry," Charles said. "Let me make it up to you. I'll pay for the coke I took. I'll talk to my boy again. I'll get him to bring Jarvis around." "That's what you said last time." Romano snuffed out his cigarette and turned to his men. "I've wasted enough time and money on this junkie," he said. "Get him out of here, and make sure I don't see him again. Then put out the word that you don't steal from Frank Romano, and if you tell him you're gonna do something, you better deliver. Make an example out of him." The grave was now deep enough. The stocky man walked over and told Charles to kneel in the middle of the hole. He raised his pistol, a Smith & Wesson M&P 9mm, and cocked the hammer. Charles Ratliff hit his knees, heard the metallic click, took a deep breath, and looked up at the cloudless sky. He thought fleetingly of what a waste his life had been. Then he bowed his head. 2 bullets shattered his skull, and he slumped into the hole, a perfect fit, as a crimson mist settled over him.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.